Because it finally arrived.
Yep.
The Nintendo Direct.
It
And now we
finally
can just
arrived.
kick back.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Game Talk. My name's Keith.
My name's Will.
Whoa, a little bit. We're just cruising, chill today.
We're just chilling today,
We're just
Keith.
chilling, man.
We're just chilling because it finally arrived.
Yep.
The Nintendo Direct.
It
And now we
finally
can just
arrived.
kick back and enjoy the announcements. Because Keith,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at least in my bubble, my little corner of YouTube and Twitter,
Yeah.
all of January was there's probably gonna be a Nintendo Direct this week. Didn't happen. Probably next week though. It's probably gonna happen next week because if you think about it, only one January in the past X many years has not had a Nintendo Direct. So every single week was it's coming on Thursday, y'all. Didn't happen. It's coming next week, y'all. Didn't happen. And then so in February, when that starts rolling around again, I was like, y'all just stop. We're not gonna hear anything until E3.
Yeah.
Let's just give up on it now. But it finally happened. They came out last Tuesday, I think, and we're like, hey y'all, Nintendo Direct's happening tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. See y'all there. And boy, Keith, they had a lot to show me.
They had a lot in there. I did watch it, and they had a lot. Can I tell you something about Nintendo, Will?
Is it going to hurt me?
I don't want to hurt you.
Okay.
But I tweeted this out. And I'm happy for everyone who's excited. I got a hair in my mouth. I got a mustache here that's curling in my mouth. That's gross. I'm happy for everyone who's happy. But I just can't get into as much Nintendo as I would like to get into. I can play the heavy hitters. Your Marios, I'm all about. Your Zeldas, sure. Especially Breath of the Wild. But other Zeldas, sure. I'm into that. Pokemon, sorta. Indie games, like one or two good ones. Like the ones that someone tells me are good, I'll try. But like other than that, the Nintendo eShop is full of so much hot garbage. There's so much stuff in there that's worthless, I think. And then B, like I don't like to call them just, Japanese games. But most Japanese games that are, like your Fire Emblems and your most Final Fantasies, which is not Nintendo. But just that style of game. A lot of what the Nintendo is, has a lot of big fans or whatever. It just doesn't sell me. It seems, I don't want to say it, but it seems cheap to me.
Seems cheap.
Sometimes some Nintendo games feel cheap to me. See,
Which ones? Give me names.
I don't know. Do voiceover, right?
Okay. There's voiceover in which game are we talking about?
I don't know what game we're talking about. Well, just some of them. If I watch it again, I could say that one looks kind of cheap to me. Yeah. But it's probably only because they're not spending money where I'd like them to.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to put that on anybody. I want you to like what you like, and I know they're not cheap. I know that it's not a cheaply made thing, but to me, it's like that's not for me. Now, Will, now that that's off my chest, get excited about Nintendo Direct and help me get there.
Okay. All right, Keith. So they start us off with what looks to be Mario Maker.
Yeah.
There's a 2D Mario setting going on.
There sure is.
Mario goes to this little thing that's a bunch of little steps, and he tries to jump over it, lands on one of the little spiky things, and dies.
He did.
The Mario Maker thing comes up.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Dude turns that into a slope, which is one thing, Keith. I know you weren't on board with Nintendo during Mario Maker 1, but that was the one thing that everyone wanted in Mario Maker 1. Didn't ever happen. And they kick it off with, hey guys, check this out. Slopes! And then they hit you with the title, and I was like, okay, we're going to see more at E3, I guess. And then, no, it's not over, baby.
Yeah.
They hit you with that whirlwind of craziness. Look at all this crazy stuff you can do in this game. You can put clear pipes in. You can shoot fireballs through the clear pipes that connect to another clear pipe and go up here. You can give people the cat power up from Super Mario 3D World. They're putting stuff from Super Mario 3D World. 3D is in the name, Keith.
That's cool.
And this is a 2D game, but they're putting elements in it. I never thought that Mario Maker 2, I would be able to put a cat power up in it and be able to climb stuff. It looks fun. It looks fun, Keith. And I'm not good at making levels. I made all the levels I made in Mario Maker 1 took advantage of the fact that you could, in the 8-bit style, you could scan an amiibo in and turn it into a costume to make Mario look like any character of the amiibo.
Okay.
And so I would make levels like, ooh, this one's Palutena up in the sky trying to save Skyworld from this. So it's just kid stuff,
Yeah, sure.
So with Mario Maker 2, I don't know if I'm going to create a bunch of good levels, but just all the stuff people come up with, Keith.
I know it's crazy.
An endless treasure trove of levels. And the one thing, I'm sure it'll be the same in Mario Maker 2, but the one thing I love about Mario Maker 1 is the way that they curate it to where there's not impossible levels on there.
Yeah.
Is after you make a level, before you upload it, you have to beat it yourself.
Huh.
So if it's unbeatable, you can't go up there. So every level that you play on Mario Maker, there's a way to beat it.
Yeah.
So no one's being cheap.
So like those crazy ones I see on Reddit, or where like it's like 2 minutes of just flying and throwing stuff, and he never hits the ground. Somebody had to beat that before it goes up.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they beat it, but it's just, oh man. See, I would buy Mario Maker just to play the levels. I would never make a level.
Yeah.
Because that just doesn't appeal to me. Any like level making thing, like even in Trials, Fusion, or stuff like that. Like I don't have what it takes up here to make a level.
Yeah.
A good one.
Mario Maker, though, it makes it easier than any other game, though.
Really?
Just the fact that it's so seamless and it's all touchscreen, basically, so you don't have to, use your analog stick to drag a cursor over here.
Okay.
Now, granted, I don't know how it's going to work in TV mode, but at least whenever you're doing it in handheld mode, it's going to be lovely.
Sure.
It's going to be super quick. It's going to be intuitive. It's going to be lovely.
I know that was a big deal, so I'm happy people got that.
Yeah. Everyone's been wanting it, and we finally got it. And then it ends with, I figured that, because they show Mario Maker 2, I'm thinking we'll see the big trailer at E3. It'll come out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They show us crazy second half of the trailer and then say June, baby.
Woo!
June. It could potentially skip E3. I feel like it's not. It's probably going to be the end of June. They'll probably focus on it at E3, talk about Mario Maker, and then come out at the end of the month. But that's exciting.
It is exciting.
4 months away. That's one thing I love about Nintendo is generally they announce things whenever they're almost ready to go.
That is something I do like about Nintendo, is that in my brief time with them, now you may think, Keith, you're trashing on Nintendo, but you got your Nintendo Switch right here. Well, I like Super Smash Brothers, and that's enough to get me to buy this. I like some other things on there. I'm having a good time with it. Still haven't played Mario Odyssey, but also Will really likes Nintendo, and that's why we have this stuff.
Yeah, this is all mine.
Yeah.
He doesn't own any of
I don't know any of this. That's why we have this stuff. And it's perfectly fine with me, and I enjoy seeing them. So that's why. So don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But yes, in my time looking at Nintendo stuff and thinking about gaming the way I currently do now that we're doing this, I'm very impressed always, and I prefer the way they do it. Like, they don't tell you about Mario Maker, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get it soon. Here it be.
Yeah. Mostly, typically. With Zelda, it doesn't always go that way, though.
Sure.
Zelda gets delayed a lot.
Right.
But, yeah, Mario Maker 2, going to be good. Great way to start the Direct, too. Great way to start the Direct.
What else?
Let's see, what else we got? I think this was after it. They show Yoshi's Crafted World a little bit, reiterate the point that it's coming out at the end of next month, March 29th, I think. And then they say, hey, guess what? There's a demo coming out today.
All right.
And I downloaded it that day. And I played it. And I really like it, Keith. It's more than I expected it to be. I thought this was going to be just like the last Yoshi game where it was kind of like he was made out of yarn or whatever. It was going to be very similar to that one. But there's a thing they do in this game, Keith, where you ever played a Yoshi's Island game?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there's a thing you do. It's kind of like side-scroller like Mario, sort of. But you eat enemies, poop them out, turn them into eggs, and then you shoot them forward. And the way it used to work is you would press a button, and this little thing would start going like this.
Yeah.
And you got to press the button again at the right time to shoot it there. You got to time it. Now you press X, and you can just move it wherever you want. And not only can you move it in 2D space, if there's something in the background or in the foreground, you can shoot it forward or backward. And that just, I was like, what? A 2D side scroller in 3D space? It's unique. It's doing very unique things.
That's good.
And I had a good time with it. I was not sure if it was going to be a day one purchase until the demo came out, and it personally sold me. So
it's not just a kiddie game like you said last time we talked about it.
no, it's doing interesting things.
You told us last time this is just, it's going to be a kiddie game, but I got to play it.
Yeah.
But now
It's a kiddie game with a little bit more thought put into it. A little bit more cleverness.
there are going to be some levels that kiddies might need their big brothers or big sisters to do.
Yeah, because they wouldn't know to throw the egg at this one little point in the background to make this thing fall down from the background into the foreground, and then it's doing clever things. You got to think in a new way.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. So
Good job, Nintendo.
had a
Good
good
on
time
you.
with that one. Maybe you could. It's free, Keith. The demo's free. You can download it. Maybe.
I might bop in there.
I want to check it out.
I'm gonna
It's
try.
kinda fun.
I'm gonna do it.
It's kind of fun. Next up, we got a game that I've been really excited for a long time. Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I'm still going to get the game, Keith.
Yeah.
But this extended look at it, it was just like, we're going to school. And it seems like, maybe the story will start off this way and eventually will actually be in like a real war. Because mostly Fire Emblem is like a tale of, different kingdoms going to war, betrayal, stuff like that. But this one, it seems all the combat is contextualized as we're just training. We're just learning in class. I'm just teaching you how to do stuff. And we're going out here and actually murdering people to teach you how to do it. It's weird.
Maybe it's like a simulation.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. But I have not played a Fire Emblem game that I didn't like. So as long as that base combat is there, moving around the maps, moving units, this unit can hit this guy from this far away. If that stuff is still intact, I'm going to have fun. But kind of a weird thing to focus on.
Sure.
for the first like big blowout of this game.
Be honest with you, Will. I didn't sign off, but I focused on other things while this one played.
Oh, it's fine. I figured a lot of people checked out during that part.
Yeah, I did. I checked out on that one. That's one of the games. Fire Emblem is one of the games that I look at, and I'm just like, that just...
Which is fair.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that say that.
One doesn't resonate with me.
If you were to look at the live chat during most Nintendo Directs, there's a lot of people saying, like, what's all this anime stuff? Can we get the anime stuff out, please? Where's Mario? So, I mean, you're not alone with thinking this stuff,
yeah,
Keith. But
I'm not a vocal naysayer, and I'm not a Nintendo naysayer. I want everybody to do well. But it's just they don't. I'm not the target market.
Yeah.
I don't. Never
it
got
doesn't
into
have to
it.
appeal to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fire Emblem looks cool. Gonna get it. Weird thing to focus on. Yeah, I brought Marth just because classic.
If Super Smash Brothers didn't exist, I would be more likely to be into these. But Marth will never be as cool in the Fire Emblem game as he is in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll never get to control him that way.
Yeah.
Which I think is is to their detriment, sadly.
Yeah, that's why you don't like Pokemon.
Yep.
Because Pokemon games are not like you like Smash Bros. Pokemon battles more than Pokemon battles.
Yeah, I do.
Which is fair. I mean, I can't argue with that. But Keith, you're just a unique man.
I'm a Western mark.
Mm-hmm.
Just a Western games. Dumb American.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you're a dumb American.
Yeah.
Shout outs to America.
Hey, man. All right.
Whenever they were wrapping things up, Keith, I thought this was going to be the last game they showed, and I was a little bit disappointed. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm interested in it. Astral Chain.
Astral Chain.
That
looked pretty cool.
Hack and slash game by Platinum Games, which they're the same people that make Bayonetta, and if it's anywhere near as good as Bayonetta 2, I'm on board.
Hack and slash I do enjoy. Bayonetta, not for me.
You play Bayonetta?
No, it's just the setting, the theme. I feel like I'm naysaying again. I don't like being this negative, but I'm not going to tell you like something when I don't.
Mm-hmm. That's what the folks are here for. They're here for honesty.
I've never played Bayonetta, but just to look at it, the style, it's just I'm not.
I felt the same way as you, Keith, until I played Bayonetta 2.
Maybe I'll try it.
It's really fun. So yeah, if Astral Chain's anything like that, and I like how they show off this game, and they announced Bayonetta 3 like over a year ago now, and Platinum Games makes Bayonetta, and I like how pardon me, I forgot which Nintendo chap it was, but one of the guys that comes up, he was like, oh, and just so you guys know, yeah, Platinum Games is making Astral Chain exclusively for Nintendo Switch. They're still working on Bayonetta 3. So hold your horses.
Yeah.
So I like that they at least checked in on that.
Yeah.
Just let us know. Because, with Metroid Prime 4 getting canceled and completely rebooted,
you never know
what's going on. So I'm glad that they told us that. So, yeah. Astral Chain looks fun, but it's kind of just going to be something that holds me over till Bayonetta 3, probably. But, yeah, I'll probably still check it out.
Astral Chain.
Weird title.
Always, you're always rolling the dice for that new IP, right? Mm-hmm. It's always like it could be a flop, or you trust the developer or whatever. But anytime I hear a new IP, you're like, I don't have anything to base this off of.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if this is going to be a Nintendo exclusive. I wonder if the main character is eventually going to become a Nintendo icon, sort of, because it's weird that Nintendo funded Bayonetta 2. So Bayonetta is essentially a Nintendo franchise now. So it's weird seeing Bayonetta in Smash Bros. Right. I wonder if this is going to be like another pillar for that. It'd be cool to see where it goes.
I think that's another thing about Nintendo is that with a lot of games on Xbox and PlayStation 4, you like Gears of War 4. You think about Marcus Phoenix, but it's not like Gears of War would be nothing without Marcus Phoenix. You're in it for the world and for what happens. But like almost every Nintendo thing, barring maybe Pokemon, even though you always have like a Pikachu, or they always fixate on a character, It's always like this is a Mario game, this is a Zelda or Link game, I don't know. I think it's
more than any of the other companies, I think Nintendo could have their own Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because those faces are iconic. Everyone recognizes them. You know where they're from.
And they seem to really care. Like their characters say the least of any characters probably ever made. Like verbally say the least.
So you can project onto them.
Yeah. So your main characters, but they probably have the most characters, which is pretty cool. And they care about them the most.
And they stick around for a long time too. Yeah. Because the thing is, PlayStation, they have their IPs.
Yep.
But from generation to generation, it can change. Like back in the PS2 days, you think PlayStation, you're thinking Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter. It's completely different than now. You think PlayStation, you're thinking Uncharted, Last of Us.
Absolutely. So
it changes up. Nintendo, they keep iterating on the same characters, putting them in new situations. So they're more iconic for that. They wrap this direct up, Keith.
Yep.
With Link's Awakening Remake.
Ooh, I did see that one. Pretty exciting stuff for A lot of people.
For a lot of people. Man, Keith. Okay.
Sorry, dude. I'm
Is it because it's top down? Is it because it looks like an old game?
They teased. I mean, It was the like. Well, wait a second. All right, it was. It was the whole like. Why would you do that art at the beginning of like the storm?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know, I get it. I guess I get why. But then it's like, oh, actually, you're a bobblehead.
Because it's based on the concept art, man. It's based on the concept art of Link. It's cool. It's cool.
I think separately, the art at the beginning with the storm was really cool. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it just... these amorphous characters I started to get as hard to play as, but I'll probably play it.
I think it's adorable, Keith. Yeah. I think it's adorable.
See, maybe that's not the thing. Is that I don't have a switch in my brain that says adorable. Yes, play that game. You know, if something's adorable, I don't think about playing it as a game. Think like, oh, people will like that. It could
be a little bit more badass, and I'd be interested.
I'm not trying to say that, but it's just, I mean, you know, Link from Breath of the Wild at least, you know, looks like a human being.
It is weird. It is very weird to follow up Breath of the Wild with a Link's Awakening remake that looks like little plastic toys.
Right.
It's weird. I'm not going to lie.
Also, I don't like any Christmas movies that are like, I don't like claymations. I don't like Christmas movies
it does look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That are stop motion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't not like it. This video is probably going to get dislikes from all these opinions. I don't know. I don't have the history with it, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, the people who really are all about this have the history with the game.
Yeah.
Or the franchise, at least.
Yeah. I've never played Link's Awakening, but I have played Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds, which are similar styles.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, this is right up my alley. I've been wanting a sequel to the Link Between Worlds style for a while now. It took them 6 years and we finally got it. And I really like that they're remaking Link's Awakening, because a lot of things Nintendo does, it's really hard for me to not think that they did it specifically for me. Because, like, for me personally, like, I bought Link's Awakening on 3DS several years ago, and there's things about that game that are just very archaic for it being on a Game Boy. Like, you've only got 2 face buttons on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
So one of those buttons is your sword, and one's an item. You can have 2 items equipped at once if you want, but you got to throw that sword away. So just things like that, like the fact that it was on a Game Boy limited it to me, and the fact that I never played it back in 1993, like similar to how you feel about games sometimes. It's hard for me to go back to that if I don't have attachment to it. So, but me personally, I always had this feeling in the back of my head, they're going to remake Link's Awakening, because they did a pseudo-sequel remake to Link to the Past with Link Between Worlds, and I was like, Link's Awakening's probably next up on that. And I thought it was going to be a 3DS remake, so they surpassed that for me. It's a Switch game, and it's HD, and to me, it looks really good.
Sure.
Graphically.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't look good graphically. It's just, you know, the style doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah. I've heard it's also kind of weird because I kind of know the story of this game. I know that it has a very dark ending. I know that it's very weird. People describe it as like a fever dream of the Zelda series because it doesn't take place in Hyrule. You saw those Goombas in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
There's Goombas, there's chain chomps, there's some side-scrolling going on. It's weird.
Yeah.
So it's a really weird game, and it's kind of interesting to me, though, that it's so dark, or they say, I've never played through the story, but they say it's so dark, and they chose to go with this very cartoony art style, which is weird to me, but, I mean, hey, I'm on board.
Sure.
So this Nintendo Direct, Keith, I mean, you're going to disagree with me, but I'm dropping a 10 on it. Sue me.
Sure. I mean, no, I'm with you. I'll drop a 10 on it for other people because I know how, like, I'm not going to enforce... I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to go into a store and eat, you know, butter pecan ice cream and then tell them, like, and I hate it. I hate butter pecan ice cream, butter pecan ice cream, or whatever. I hate this flavor. That I go in there and eat, you know, grab a bite and I'm like, this flavor of ice cream is like a 2 out of 10. Like, I'm not going to tell you that because I don't like this flavor. You know? It's just not. It's not my flavor. So I'm not gonna. I can't even rate this because I don't feel like I'm a part of the community. Okay. I'll give it a 10 based on looking at other people's reactions. I think it was a great Nintendo
So the Tech Media rating for it is 10 out of 10.
Absolutely 10. Okay. Absolutely 10 out of 10. I think it did a lot for the fans. One quick thing on the Link's Awakening train that I wanted to say is that I think as well for me is like, you know, Nintendo Switch, they had the bad time with the Wii. Like, I completely fell off the train after the GameCube or whatever. So Wii all the way up to now, I've been out of the game. But, you know, things like Breath of the Wild, like huge open world, revolutionary, you know, things that they're doing. Mario Odyssey. a return to the Nintendo 64 and the like Mario 64, that kind of thing. Smash Brothers, which is so huge. There's one of the biggest, most things in the game ever. And sometimes it's just like, just go that way. Go bigger. You know, make things bigger, make things better, make things crazier. When I don't, and it's my problem because I don't resonate with all the remakes, you know? Like, if I had played that game, like, yes, remake that, please, but at not having that, I'm just, you know, come join me up here in the mountains, Nintendo, where all these other games live that are just, you know, making waves. And of course they are. They're climbing up there with their Breath of the Wilds and all these other things. Give me another Breath of the Wild type situation with any franchise. Give me something like that. And that's just for me as a Nintendo outsider. I think maybe if I wanted to impose that on other people who are Nintendo outsiders, is that if you are an Nintendo outsider, it kind of just feels like this community of people that all just love each other, and they don't really care about pulling you in because we all love Zelda, we all love Mario, and we'll play the same one over and over again if you just make it look a little better. You know? So I, as an outsider, it's like, no, come with us. Come do big stuff.
Yeah, come make it bigger. Go bigger. I see what you're saying, Keith.
And I'm not saying that's a negative thing. I'm not trying to put. I'm trying to explain my feelings toward Nintendo in the best way possible. I don't want you to think I'm a. You know,
see, I was thinking personally that 2019 might top 2017, but that's probably just for me because for you, 2017 was the year for the Switch. I mean, you didn't have a Switch in 2017.
I did not.
Just the games that came out from that year, like Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, things like that are going to suck you in.
If those didn't exist, I would not have bought one. You know, it wouldn't have sucked me in.
So I think maybe 2020 might be your year because eventually we're going to be getting a sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
we got to get a sequel to Mario Odyssey. So those big games will be coming. The thing, like 2019 probably has more games than 2017 did already. Yeah. But they're probably not going to be those big heavy hitters like you would like. It's going to be stuff more for me, you know.
Sure, and that's fun.
Like Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing. Going to try and get into it. Stuff like that, like Link's Awakening with bobbleheads. Yeah, this is a me year, Keith. This is a me year. Wait your turn,
dude. I'm happy for you because I got stuff coming.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Breath of the Wild to play through.
I do. I'm still working through it.
Keith, I'm almost tempted to, with all these games that I know, like I know you're not going to buy Link's Awakening, but I do want you to play it.
Sure.
And I'm kind of tempted to like start getting my games physically just so I can lend them to you.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not going to buy it. But if I had it physically, I'd not lend it to you.
That would be a way to get me to play it.
yeah, I might have to get that.
One way to get me to play anything is if someone came on my Switch and just deleted Smash Brothers and told me you can't download this until 2020. Because I'll pick up my Switch and like, I really need to play some more Hollow Knight. I really need to finish Breath of the Wild. I need to do these other things. It's like, I could smash people with Bowser.
Yeah. Or I could do that. Yeah, I feel you, Keith. It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
But Will, you got anything else for this Nintendo Direct?
I don't think so. I just want to, reiterate the fact that I am over the moon excited for 2019.
Well, I think we need to shake hands. I want you to know that I do like what you like, and I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad that you fill in the gap, the Nintendo gap that I can't fill.
I'm glad you're here, Keith.
I just want everybody. I want to shake all of your hands too and say I don't.
And nobody hate on Keith. He's being honest. He's making himself vulnerable. This man comes into this room with all these amiibos and sits next to me and talks crap about Zelda Link's Awakening. Like, this man's got some stones. So, like, if anything, don't hate on the guy. Just admire his tenacity. Because that's what we're here for.
Yeah. We're here to talk about games. Will is our Nintendo guy, and he is better at all of this than I'll ever be. So I'm indebted to him for this show. Thank you so much for watching this. If you want to watch some more stuff, check out the channel. I'm live every weekday morning, live at 5:15 a.m.
Live at 5, baby. I love that.
5:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, and hopefully some Saturdays as well during the day. No Sundays, though. Follow us on Twitter, me at Tank Media Games.
At Will Tank.
For our musings throughout the days. We got all kinds of series on here. And, of course, if you like us, and you just feel like we do a good job and you want to throw a little bit of your hard-earned cash our way, we would be absolutely forever in your debt. But you can do that at patreon.com/tankmedianetwork if you want to support us in making this show better and in making our lives better, which will hopefully in turn make your lives better.
That's what it's all about, baby.
Absolutely. In the meantime, please remember, we love you very much.